What does it actually take to start an online reselling YouTube channel? Is it easy? Is it worth it? Is it something you should do? Today, I have 6 tips for you on my thoughts on starting a YouTube channel for resellers. And stay tuned to the end for something that I'm going to call State of the Channel, where I basically just do a rundown of all of the stats that I've been tracking for my channel so you can get an idea and I can compare from video to video, and you can compare as well where the channel is and how it's growing over time. The Reseller Mom Show YouTube channel is 3 months old now, and I really wanted to dive right in and document from the beginning what it's like to start a reselling YouTube channel. Now, obviously, this is skewed towards moms, and my time is limited being a reseller mom that stays home with her son. And so my growth and abilities and time to devote to this channel are a little bit different. I also didn't start with a large Instagram following. I had a couple thousand, like 2,800 or something like that when I started, unlike some people that start a YouTube channel. So I think that has a lot to play into it as well. But I'm just excited to start this video series. I'll probably do it maybe once a month, maybe once a quarter, to just really document for myself and for those that are interested in starting a YouTube channel what's all involved, what I've done, what I'm trying to do, and just the general journey. Tip number 1 is find your unique voice or why you want to start a YouTube channel. Now, for me, I knew right from when I started reselling and started watching reselling YouTube videos that I wanted to do it, because when I was researching all these channels and looking at haul videos and looking at what sold and just everything that I could get my hands on, in true Rebecca style, I just kind of like sink my teeth into something. I noticed that there were moms that were resellers that had YouTube channels, but they weren't speaking to me as a mom and as a mom that was going to become a reseller. And I felt that there was a voice lacking there. And so since the beginning, I've been doing this about 3 years now, reselling. Ever since the beginning, I knew that that was the voice that I wanted to bring to the YouTube reselling community. I just told myself I couldn't, told myself I didn't have time, told myself that I needed to do other things. And so it took me 3 years in order to do it. And I kind of regret not starting sooner, even though I have no idea how I would have ever gotten it done. But I do regret that I didn't start documenting the process sooner, because it is nice to be able to go back and look at where I've come. And I think it would be really cool to go back and watch some videos from being a beginner reseller and seeing that process and seeing that journey, and along the way sharing that experience and that journey with other people, other reseller moms that would be watching the videos, and kind of have a generation of reselling moms coming up together as we all learn together, and then also having that be there as a record for newer reseller moms coming up as well. So to me, the teaching element, the sharing element, the providing this unique perspective of being a reseller mom is really what it's all about, because I wish that I had that as I was coming up as a reseller. And I don't feel like I'm an expert. I still feel like I'm learning and growing every day, but I do feel like, having someone that says in her videos what's going on in her crazy reselling mom life, or having someone to just keep talking to me as a reseller mom, and I know that she's probably going through the same things as I am. I know that our numbers can't be the same as everybody else's. I know that we can't just leave our reselling stuff all over the house because we have kids, and they get involved with when we're taking photos and all the challenges that are involved in being a reseller mom. Sometimes I speak to it directly in videos, and a lot of times I just that I know that it's there because I post on Instagram. You see that I have Geo, you see that I have Malia. My husband it helps me when I need him to, but for the most part, he stays out of all things reselling. And so, it's like, you just need to have that camaraderie as a reseller, and then sometimes even more specifically as a reseller mom. So I felt that that was my unique voice. I also knew that I was a very specific type of person, in that I gravitate more towards like Chris Lynn and 10K on the Bay, Daily Refinement, and Luke, Endless Entrepreneurs. Like those type of YouTubers made the most sense to me because they were very detail oriented, very process driven, very analytical type channels, and they were there to show you the meat, the nugget, the thing. it wasn't all about, hi, how are you? And you're here and this and that. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just not the kind of person that I am. And I knew that going into this, I was going to be very content specific. I wasn't going to be all the super cutesy. And, maybe there's other reseller moms that are like that. Maybe you like the super cutesy, and that's fine. That's just not really who I am. And so I knew that that would be unique because I didn't feel like there were a lot of women doing the not super cutesy. And so I thought I was kind of in between. I was going to bring you how I literally try to make everything go as fast as possible, how I try to improve every single process. It's very process driven, very systems driven, very time saving. And that's why I came up with get more done, make more money, and stay sane while raising kids and reselling online as my kind of like tagline, because really that's all I want to do. I want to figure out how I can get more done. I want to figure out how I can make more money. And it'd be nice to stay sane while I'm doing all of this because it can get a little kooky sometimes. So, I think about my business all the time, and that's great, but we need to stay sane, right? And I felt like if I was keeping other moms that are doing this in mind, I would then in turn have a calmness about it because I was sharing that with them. I knew there were others going through the same thing as me. And so anyway, I'm rambling now, but which happens. Finding your own unique voice and what you're bringing to the reseller community. I don't think that we need another channel that is just hauls, just what's sold, and just generic stuff. I do those things, but I do them from my reseller mom perspective. I always try to keep that in mind and bring that to the forefront as much as I can, like about sourcing online, because summer's coming right now and I'm not going to be able to get out sourcing as much when your kids are home. And so that's a thing, and that's what the haul videos are going to be about for a while. So I'm always trying to keep that reseller mom in mind and bringing that voice. And so if you have something that you uniquely experience as a reseller, that's what you should go with. Whether you're a stay-at-home dad reseller, whether you are, a single 20-something reseller just on eBay, which is different because most of them are just on Poshmark, or whatever your unique deal is, that's what you need to highlight and that's what you need to go with, and you need to be true to your brand by doing that. Tip number 2 is to make time and fit it in to be consistent. And if you watch any YouTube, how to do a YouTube channel videos that aren't specifically for resellers, they're going to tell you be consistent, be consistent. So I watch all those other channels, and you may too if you're interested in this. And, that's how I learned to be consistent. So just because you're a reseller YouTube channel doesn't mean you're any different than any other channel. You need to be consistent. You need to consistently upload and make some sort of commitment to your channel for a period of time to upload a certain amount of videos at a certain frequency. So whether that's once a week for 6 months, or once a week for a year, or once every 2, whatever it is, daily, whatever you want to do, make a commitment and stick to it for a period of time. So for me, I made the commitment in the beginning to do 1 a week till I could try to monetize. So basically within the year that they give you to, you can always monetize at any time after you meet the requirements within a year. And for those of you that don't know, you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time and you have to have 1,000 subscribers within a calendar year. And so for me, I thought, okay, within a calendar year from doing this, if I meet those requirements, I will keep going. If I don't meet those requirements, I will reevaluate and probably will not keep going. And it's not because I'm all about the money. It's just because my time is so limited as a reseller mom. I have to be very mindful of the time that I spend on what. And so one of the big reasons why I didn't do this a lot sooner was because I didn't feel like I could still build my business and give it the time and attention that it deserved and to make the money that I want it to make and still do these videos. And I will tell you, since I'm not monetized yet at this point in time, and we'll go over the stats and the state of the channel in a minute, I'm not making any money at this right now. And sometimes it is hard to really swallow the hour that you put into planning out your videos and coming up with what you're going to say and the topics you're going to do and the research that you need, the hour to create the video, because usually no matter how long the video, it takes me like an hour because you're going to retake things, you're going to start and stop and whatever. You're going to have to find the time when you're going to be kid free to record the video, which for me, Gio is in his little school right now. Now it's going to be even harder once he's out for summer. He's going to go a little bit for camp, but it's going to be more of a challenge. And then you have to do some editing, and then you have to get it up and kind of promote it. So there's definitely a lot of man hours that go into creating a video. You want to think of that on the front end of it and commit to making that time and making that time consistently. So now I'm up to committing to do, for the most part, for the foreseeable future, 3 videos a week. On Mondays right now, I do my What Sold video. On Wednesdays, I do some sort of a haul video or an unboxing. And then on Friday is like a tips video. So this will come up on a Friday. It'll be a tip video, and there are different types of tips. And so that's the schedule that I have right now. You don't have to do that many. You can do just 1 a week and vary what it is. I would love to do more a week. I have ideas coming out the yin yang over here. I have so many ideas that I want to share. I just wish I had the time to just do it, because there's so much that I want to share and experiment and do and all of it. So you have to balance that too. But so just be consistent, work it in, find a schedule that works for you, and just be committed to that, I think is tip number 2 on its own. So, tip number 3, I hate the way I do 3. Tip number 3 is to not have expectations for yourself, because I feel like, and everyone's different, for me, the only expectation, the only goal I set for myself was to monetize within the calendar year. That's my only one. I didn't set a subscriber goal per day, per month, per whatever. I did not set a watch time goal per day, per month, per whatever. I didn't set any other kinds of numeric goals for myself, because I felt like this was such a different thing for me from anything I've ever done before, from anything having to do with reselling. And so the whole YouTube of it is so much a learning thing and a challenge for me that I just couldn't hold myself to anything. And I wanted to be free, and I wanted to not be stressed out about it, because once I set a goal, then now that's my thing and I have to accomplish it. So for me, I didn't set any expectations. I just said, let's see what happens. The only thing I would really like is to monetize within the year. And so I'm glad I did that, and I would recommend that to you, because unless you're like a key rock star at this, it is way harder than I thought. Not the actual doing of it, but the growing of it. So, I'm going to give my stats at the end at the Reseller, State of the Reseller channel, but I'm getting way less subscribers on a daily basis, on a rolling basis, than I thought I would. I'm getting way less watch time than I thought I would. It's almost harder to figure out how to tell people about your channel. And then in order to kind of promote yourself and also continue to share and the Reseller Mom Show brand, I'm on Instagram. So it's not even just YouTube that's part of it. It's also consistently being there, having a presence on Instagram, which is what I've chosen as my complement platform. So, the Reseller Mom Show is really just on YouTube and Instagram for the most part. And so not having expectations for either one of those is really helpful in keeping your sanity and just being free and letting you create what you want to create. You should do some research to find out what people want to know about, but not putting too many expectations on yourself, I think, is a huge way in letting you be creative and be happy with what you've accomplished and not hold yourself to anybody else's standards. Sure, I look at some of the big YouTube people and I'm like, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. But at the same time, this is a Reseller Mom Show. So a lot of the people are not reseller moms, and they're not, they can watch, sure, watch me, it's fine. But, I speak specifically with a reseller mom voice to other reseller moms about reseller mom things. And while a lot of it does apply to everyone, not all of it does. And so having the expectation that I'm going to get all these, 20-something, not mom, Poshmark chicks, or, these whatever, guys that sell on eBay, to watch my channel, that's probably not going to happen. But if you are, thank you, and leave a comment. That'd be great. So if you're thinking about doing a YouTube reselling channel, I would definitely say don't have expectations. Maybe just give yourself one general broad goal to work towards, maybe related to monetization, so that you feel like you have something that justifies all the work and effort that you're putting into it. Like, I'm enjoying this process. It's a great creative outlet, but I do need to justify my time being spent on it at the end of the day. And so having the monetization goal, I think, is helpful to me. Tip number 4 is a positive one. Number 4, I keep forgetting. I need to put a number here, but I don't know how to do that yet. So tip number 4 is to let it make you be a better reseller. And that's one of the things I've really taken away from this. And I don't know that I anticipated it on the front end. I really felt more like, okay, I want to do this because I need to get this out of me, right? Like, I have all these ideas. I feel like I have this voice of being a reseller mom. And I don't speak for all reseller moms or anything like that. I just felt like there was this hole there that I wanted to see filled, and I thought I could fill it. And so, I have that, but like, I didn't really anticipate that because you're watching me, I want to not only give you the best experience that I can provide and give you the best content and the best cool stuff to watch and the best ideas. So like, content wise, I want to bring you the best, but I also don't want you to think I suck. so there's that constant oh my God, they're gonna think this is stupid. Why am I putting this in the haul? They're gonna think that idea is stupid. Why are you doing that video? So unless I really feel like it's good, I don't want to give it to you because I'm afraid of what you're gonna say. And so, and I say that, if you watch Gary Vee, he's always like, I care about what people think, but I equally don't care what people think. I actually really dig that, because I kind of care what you say, but I don't kind of care what you say. And it's not going to hurt me. It's not going to bring me down. It's not going to make me so upset that I'm never going to do it. I just do it because I don't want to deal with people saying mean stuff. That sucks. So, and I don't want to know that the stuff that I put out sucks. So let it make you a better reseller is basically do things for the channel that you want to do to make yourself better, and let the people watching you get better with you. So I'm doing this as a reseller YouTube channel, kind of like meta conversation. I'm doing a YouTube channel about reselling, and now I'm doing a video on my YouTube channel about reselling channels. So that's cool because I'm tracking that, I'm documenting, I'm doing it for me, but I also want you to go along with it, but I want to do a good job for you. So now I have another level that I'm invested in. I've got a video, and I don't know if it's coming out before this or after this, but I just recorded it the other day, going on a Macy's website and looking for keywords. That's something I always say I'm going to do, not necessarily Macy's, but, just going online and looking for more fashion keywords that I can incorporate into my vocabulary as a reseller, and then also train my virtual assistant and my photographer on those terms as well, so that as they're working on my business, they can include those terms. And I never sit down and do it. It's been 3 years, and I rarely sit down and look for additional keywords, specifically sit down and look for research. But I did it, and I recorded a video, and I shared it, or I will share it depending on when it comes out, on this channel. And that's cool because that's making me a better reseller, and I'm sharing it with you. So hopefully that's making you a better reseller. And so all of those goals are intertwined into shared success. I'm mindful of the things that I pick up sometimes, because I'm when I do the haul video, I don't want them to think that I just sell stupid junk like this. So I'm going to try to pick the best of the best, which in turn helps my reselling business, and then in turn helps the haul video, which then in turn helps you. So if you can keep your audience as a motivating factor, I think that would really give you a great benefit in your reselling business and on your channel. And when you're at the point like I am right now of not being monetized, that's kind of the only benefit that you can take from it. I mean, other than the community and the talking and the comments and the sharing, of course, that's the core of it. And that community and that relationship that you're building with your audience. But monetarily, if you become a better reseller because you're doing the YouTube channel, then that's going to in turn help you for the fact that you're not getting paid from your videos yet. That was a roundabout way of explaining it. If you're going to start a YouTube channel, the 5th tip that I have for you is set up challenges for yourself. either for your reselling business, but more specifically, I'm talking about for your channel. So for me, there's so many things that I don't know about doing a channel that I'm constantly researching, like how to get more views, how to do the keywords on YouTube, how to keep audience retention. Like there's so many things that you have to keep track of if you want to try to grow your channel. And I say that because I want to grow it deliberately. Like I want to make the best channel I can within my means and time constraints and abilities. You know, I'm not going to hire somebody right now to edit videos for me, maybe someday in the future. So I had to figure out how to edit my videos. At first, if you notice, the videos in the beginning were not edited at all because I didn't know how to do it. And I would see these videos when they call them jump cuts, where they go ksh, 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 and they just have a quick, you know, flip from one clip to the next. I don't even know how to explain these things. And I'm like, first I had to figure out that it was called a jump cut. Then I had to figure out how do you do jump cuts. Then I had to take what I watched and try to figure out how to actually do it. And now I know how to do jump cuts. Now I'm not great at it, but I can do them. And my last few videos, I've taken out a lot of dead air and a lot of dead space on doing these jump cuts. I will say I'm not great because I only really know how to trim like the beginning and the end, and like kind of I can split something in the middle and then shave off a little in the beginning and the end, but I'm not super great at just like interrupting in the middle. Like right now where I said, I could cut that out, but I don't really know exactly how to do that. So it's going to take practice, just like reselling takes practice. I think these skills are worth learning. I don't know if I'm going to be a reseller forever. Maybe I won't be a reseller forever, and maybe reselling won't even be a thing. I don't know. I don't think so. Who knows? It seems like it only gets bigger, but I've got a lot of years to go. Am I really going to be doing this in my 60s? I don't know. Hopefully I'm not working in my 60s. But you don't know. I don't know. We don't know. So the main thing is using your YouTube channel to develop other skills and rack up challenges and improve yourself with other skills that you're not getting from reselling. So I find that it's almost easier to do Reseller Mom Show social media than it is to do Mom Roar Boutique social media. I don't know why. I feel like I'm better at marketing the reseller, and not like I'm doing a great job of it or anything, but like it makes more sense to me how to more easily do content and social media for the Reseller Mom Show than I do for my own actual boutique on Poshmark and eBay and marketing it to customers. I think I'm more of a B2B marketing person than I am a B2C, and most of my jobs have been that way. I was always selling to other professionals in a business to business setting than I was selling to direct customers and consumers, the individual person. So, you know, for me, I think it would be more beneficial for me to learn these kinds of tasks that if I did go get another job, or if I wanted to freelance for someone, or I wanted to consult for someone or whatever, knowing how to do all these social media, YouTube, video, marketing, social media, Instagram, web 2.0 stuff. Like, this whole world is so new. I mean, it's really not, but it's new to me to try to figure it out. And I'm gaining all kinds of cool skills, and I haven't done it yet, but I am going to resurface on LinkedIn at some point, because my LinkedIn, I've just stopped it. When I left my old job, I just didn't do anything with it, and I just kind of vanished. And I feel like I miss having a professional network. And I know that's going to sound weird, but like, I feel like LinkedIn is a professional network. And then on Instagram, we're professionals in what we do if this reselling is your career, but we're not always the most professional the way that we present ourselves, because it's very loosey-goosey. We work for ourselves, we're entrepreneurs, we're home. And so it's kind of like a little blurred. And I would like to recreate a professional persona for myself based on the reselling and based on the other skills around social media that I've learned. And so I feel like challenging myself with YouTube videos, learning new skills will help me build up that professional persona, so that should I need to go and get a professional job again with a company where I'm not an entrepreneur at that point, I already kind of have a track record building, and it's not like I have to come out of oblivion and create something for myself. And I would recommend that for you too. Build new skills using your YouTube channel, track it, and continue that professional persona that you maybe once had. or do have or whatever, so that in case it doesn't work out, you have it, but also to make you realize that you are a professional. Sometimes I don't feel like one. Sometimes I miss the professional behavior that I used to have. And only for a couple of minutes, not forever, but like every once in a while, I kind of want to sit in a meeting. I hated sitting in meetings before, but now that I have no meetings, I kind of miss sitting in a meeting. So, you know, if you can use a YouTube channel for reselling to kind of build up a professional persona for yourself, I think that would be great. I rambled again. I'm sorry. One more note on that. So I had notes and then I just kind of like went berserk and did not read any of my notes. And so some of the challenges, and when I talk about building new skills, like for me that I've already done, one was editing and the jump cuts. I did mention that. The other one was recording my phone screen. I wanted to learn how to do that and I finally figured out how to do it. There's a video coming up where I'm showcasing it for, I think, the first time, which is one of my Pure White Photos how-tos. And so I'm excited that I figured out how to do that. Going live, that was something on my list, and I did that a few weeks ago. I've done it a couple times, and now I'm going to try to work in a regular schedule of live videos. I'm just waiting to see how my summer schedule shakes out. And the other one is, when I originally started this channel, I called it Interviews and Tips, the Reseller Mom Show Interviews and Tips. I've yet to do an interview. I'm not scared of doing an interview. I'm excited to do an interview, but I am scared of the technology that goes into doing an interview. It's so overwhelming and so scary. And also like the accountability of it. Like I have to actually say that I'm going to do a certain thing at a certain time with someone else. And like when you have kids and you're a reseller mom, like your schedule is not your own. So like the idea that I would possibly let someone down or they would be rearranging their situation to come on my show and then something happens, I can't do the show, then I have no show. Like there's so many things that give me agita about it. So I'm going to implement the interviews. It's one of those things that's on my like YouTube channel bucket list because me talking like is fine, but I think it would be more fun like talking with someone else and the two of us together sharing some information as reseller moms. I think that would be even cooler. And I do feel like I'm more animated and cool, nice, whatever, when I'm not just me talking to the camera. Like right now I'm just kind of boring and I don't even. But like if I was talking with a person and we had like an official interview, we were doing back and forth, like that's where I feel like would be cool. So those are some of the challenges for me that I'm slowly overcoming and checking off my YouTube bucket list. And I would suggest the same to you. Use the challenges, keep building professional skills, use the YouTube channel to help you, but also let it help you feel like you're gaining accomplishments on things that you've never known how to do before. So that's the completion of tip number 5. Tip number 6 is just start. And this is one that I pulled, of course, from other YouTube channel, like how to build your YouTube channels. You know, just start. And really that is it. And that my personal story with that is I made myself so crazy because I wanted to do a YouTube channel for so long from the beginning of reselling. And I kept telling myself no. Then I tried, and by try, I mean I made a crap ton of plans and got myself all worked up about it, that then when I sat down to do it and record the videos, I was like, and it was awful. And I freaked myself out about it. And so I put all that away. I even reached out to another reseller mom that I've still yet to have on the show. So I'm going to have her on the show as an interview soon, hopefully. But I reached out to her like, okay, I'm going to do it, but I think I'm going to do a podcast instead because I'm too chicken shit to do YouTube. So let's do that. And then I bailed on that. And I'm not a bailer. I'm not a quitter. I'm a like, do it kind of person. So it was really hard for me to swallow the pill of like freaking myself out so much that it scared me enough not to do it. And so I feel like I've heard that story a lot with people, not necessarily reseller YouTube people, but just maybe reseller YouTube people, but I'm talking YouTube people in general, where they say like they started a couple times and they got freaked out and whatever. And so then one day I was like, that is it. I am like, I'm sick of thinking about this, and I'm sick of thinking in my head what I would say on a video if I was doing a video, but I'm not doing a video because I'm scared of doing the video. Like I'm so sick of this like self-talk in my head. I'm just doing the darn thing. And I recorded myself driving, and I did my first Reseller Mom vlog. I shoved all those clips into an iMovie thing on my app on my phone and put that sucker up. And like, it was so scary and like anxiety, like, you know, but it was also freeing because I'm like, that's it. I did it. It is out there and whatever. Like, I just got so sick of being so scared about it that I was just like, F it, who cares? And it was the best thing I ever did. And then I did one the next day, and then I did one the next day. And so for the first couple of days, I think I did daily videos. And then I said, this is crazy. I can't keep doing this. And so then I scaled it back. And that's when I decided on my schedule now of doing the 3 videos a week. And maybe, like I said, that will change either up one or down one, depending on the summer schedule, and how I feel like that will work out between lives and recorded videos and whatever. But I just started, and I just put it up there, and I just said, who cares? And like today I did this video purposely with no makeup on. I recorded a couple other videos right before this because a few of them I did put makeup on, and that felt nice, and I felt like I looked at least halfway decent. And sometimes I do want to put makeup on, but at the same time, it's like if I worried about all the things to make the perfect YouTube video, like a lot of channels have these perfect, wonderful YouTube videos, I would never get them done. I would waste a lot of extra time. This whole channel is about being a reseller mom. And so I'm giving you real reseller mom. Real reseller mom doesn't put makeup on every day. Real reseller mom doesn't wear normal clothes. Real reseller mom wears the same kinds of tank tops and the same kinds of capri leggings most days. If you haven't yet watched, and I don't know how to do the cards, that's on my list as well. You know, if you have watched the 5 tips I did like a Friday ago, it was 5 tips for time saving for reseller moms. And one of the tips was that I wear a mama form. I bought, you know, a bunch of the same tank top, a bunch of the same capri leggings, and I wear the same thing every day. Not the same one, a series of them, but that helps me not make decisions in the morning and have mental energy to go about my day. Me saving 10 minutes in the morning is like a godsend. When I did my shipping video on how I ship really fast, and I shaved off minutes off of my shipping method, and I shared that with you, that shaved minutes off of my morning reseller mom routine. I gotta get Gio off to school, I gotta make sure the dog's squared away, I gotta do my shipping, and then I gotta prep for my kid-free time that I try to make the most of. And so, you know, Reseller Mom Show is very real in that regard, and that's why I didn't wear any makeup today, and I'm just speaking to you like the rambling person, because you need to just do it, just be who you are, and just show like the real deal. And so, you know, the 6th and final tip is to just start doing it. And honestly, if you want to record a few videos, see how it feels, and not actually put them up yet, you could do that. And then you could decide never to put them up, or you can decide to put them up. But I would say just start. Stay tuned. The next clip is going to be the state of the reseller channel. I'm going to have to look at my notes for this one. So this is the state of the channel. And it's kind of like, I used to live in DC. I went to the George Washington University. I used to work for Crossfire on CNN, so I had a very political side of my life for a while. And so I always think of State of the Union, State of the Channel, okay, whatever. So I'm just gonna give you stats and like information that I collected at this point. And this is as much it is for me as it is for you to just kind of like have a baseline and document. That way when I do the next one, I can kind of see where I'm at with it. So the state of the channel is that I started the channel on February 14th, 2019, Valentine's Day. I know, so sad, but that was the day I just said, F it, I'm doing it, and I put up my first video. So that was February 14th, 2019. Today that I'm recording this is May 29th, 2019. So March, April, May, so like 3.5 months later. I am at, as of this morning, so maybe I got a few since this morning, who knows, but I was at 240 subscribers, and I'll talk about that in a second. I'm at 796 hours of watch time. I've put up just over 50 videos, so it's like 51 or 52. Now, by the time you see this, probably a few more will be up, but I'm recording this now. It is what it is. And my best viewed video as of this morning when I did these stats was 274 views. Now, in the grand scheme of reseller channels, in the grand scheme of YouTube channels, in the grand scheme of anything that is successful, I suck. So there's that. But it's fine. It's mine. I'm so pleased with what I've done so far. I'm so proud of myself for what I've done so far. It feels really good. I'm not usually the kind of person that takes numbers like this when you know you suck and is like, okay, let's look on the bright side of things. Like, I'm not usually like that, but with this I am, because I know how much labor of love this was. Like, I know how much I had thought of it and wanted to do it, and now I'm doing it, and I'm learning every day, and I'm getting better every day, and there are real people out there that watch this. Hi. And like, you make comments sometimes and you're out there watching it, and like, that is so cool. And I don't always say it. I know I say thanks for watching and stuff like that, but I'm always trying to get to the meat of the video quickly because I don't want to lose audience retention. There's all these stats that I try to pay attention to have a better channel. But I really do love that people have watched these videos. Like, I still can't believe it. It's so exciting and it's so fun, and I think it's the coolest thing. And I'm very grateful for all of you that have watched and have left a comment. Please keep doing it. Please raise your hand and let me know that you're there. Leave a comment, say hi. I'm so-and-so from so-and-so wherever, and I watch your video and I think it's great. Like, thank you. That's awesome. Do more of that, because it really does, like a lot of YouTube people say, it really does fuel them. It really does fuel me. Because you are alone talking to a camera, and so you don't know that anybody's going to care at the end of it. So when someone kind of says that they kind of care, it's nice. But so as far as these stats go, you know, I thought I was going to have like 1,000 subscribers, no problem. I started this channel, I had 2,800 Instagram followers, and I was off and on with Instagram. Like, I'd do it for a couple weeks and then I would, and then I'd do it and I wouldn't. And so I thought, well, if I have, you know, almost 3,000 Instagram followers, surely I'll get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, because all those people are resellers. They're mostly moms, and so they're going to want to watch my channel, right? Wrong. So again, you know, it could just be that I am terrible at this, and then it is what it is. Or it could be that I haven't reached them yet, or it could be that they don't care that much, or people on Instagram don't watch YouTube videos, or like 5 million things. So I'm building up Instagram. I'm now over 4,000 followers on Instagram, which is awesome. And again, like, those numbers don't really matter. It's just giving perspective and trying to learn and understand and have an expectation of, like, if you have a couple thousand followers on Instagram, or you don't expect that they're all going to just come over and watch you on YouTube. They might, you know. I know that when I watched the Deal Queen's YouTube video about having her YouTube paycheck and whatever, she said that she had, you know, all these followers and they came over, and that was due to the success of her, you know, that helped her channel. And I didn't have that. So, you know, I'm giving myself some grace about this. I just did think that once you start putting out YouTube videos, especially I'm putting out 3 a week, that like you'd get a handful a day or more than a handful a day. And it's some days I get a handful, some days I don't. So, you know, I just wish I had gotten more. I wish that I would be getting more subscribers on a daily basis. I keep doing the math because I want to make sure that I try to monetize within this year. And, you know, though that end goal is getting closer, there's less and less days until that end goal. And so the amount of subscribers that need to subscribe on a daily basis on average keeps going up unless I catch up with it. So I'm hoping that at some point, you know, something will pop. Either I'll have a good YouTube video that pops, or I'll have a good interview with someone that helps me pop, or I'll make a good collaboration with someone that will help me pop. But I also want to know that I did it on my own too. And so I don't know, you know, if I want that pop moment from someone else's, or if I want it just from my own efforts. But it's slow going, and I didn't expect that. So heads up, word to the wise. Doesn't mean it's going to happen for you. You could be way better at this than me. So if you are, great, and then you should do it. But yeah, I just thought I'd be getting more subscribers. And then 796 hours of watch time. I'm pretty happy with that, because I'm almost a quarter. You know, you have to have 4,000 hours of watch time. So 1,000 would be a quarter. So I'm almost at a quarter, and I'm only 3 months in. So I feel like that's actually on target. And then the thing is too, like, when you start, you only have a few videos. So if you're not reaching that many people and you only have a few videos, you can only have so much watch time. But as you create more and more, there's more there for people to watch. And so if someone finds me today, I've got 50 videos that they could potentially watch, you know, and some people do that. Like I do that. I binge watch when I find someone or something new, I binge watch it. And, you know, for that day, that's all I'm watching. And then I might pop back in and see them again a few days later or whatever when they have something new. But like once you find someone new, you kind of binge watch them. I don't know. I do. So it's like the Netflix world we live in. So, if I can just reach more reseller moms and get them to binge watch more and more of my stuff as I build more and more stuff, and then they become hopefully a regular viewer, then that will exponentially increase faster, if that makes sense. So the more I put out, the more available watch time is there. Also with YouTube, you have to like build an authority. And so you have to keep pounding away at a certain niche. And for me, it's reseller mom niche, and reseller niche, and build up authority and build up watch time based on your click-through rate. And like, there's a lot of nitty-gritty stuff. Leave a comment below if you want to know about that stuff, because I'm learning about it. I'm not obviously an expert about it at all, but I can share with you what I'm learning if you haven't learned about it yet, and put it into context of like a reseller channel. So I'm happy to share that information with you. If that's something you want, put in the comments. So I've got 50 videos, as I said. And so about the best viewed video. So that's another thing, is like my highest viewed video is 274 views. Like, I don't know, like that, to me, that sounds low. That means that like 274 times somebody watched that one haul video, and it's been out for a little while. I don't know, I just feel like it should be more. So it kind of really makes me feel like I'm not doing the best to get out there. But then every time I watch YouTube videos about that, they say, you think your stuff is so good and it's just not, you know, reached the audience yet, but really your stuff is not that good. And so I'm trying to, instead of worrying about reaching, I'm trying to worry about improving my stuff so that whenever it does get shared or whatever, it's better, and then people will find me because of that. So there's a lot that I need to learn on it. You know, there's click-through rate, there's your thumbnails, there's keywords, there's tags, there's your title, there's watch time, there's audience retention. There's so much that goes into it. Like I said, I'm just kind of learning a little bit at a time. But so I'm not impressed with my own stats, I guess, is the state of the reseller channel at this point. The state of the channel is mediocre. I hope that someday I can be like a president and say the state of the channel is strong, but right now it's not strong. It's exciting, it's promising, it's all that stuff, it's positive, but it's not strong right now. So so those are the stats. That's the state of the reseller channel. So I hope that this rambling bits of information is helpful to you. I got a few requests to make this video from a few different people, and I had wanted to make it anyway as a way to document myself. So hopefully this is helpful to the couple people that did ask me for it, and maybe there's a few other people out there that are interested in this that didn't ask me for it, and this will help you anyway. Like I said, I can't commit to doing them once a month, but I could probably commit to doing them once a quarter at the minimum. And that way I can track my stats, track how I'm feeling about things, know any milestones, know any achievements that I'm making, and just generally how I feel about it and my, YouTube skills, and all of it. So I hope that you'll join me on this. Please leave a comment below on this, like and subscribe, and let me know what you think. And if you want more like this and what specific questions you might have about things like this. If you're not wanting to say it right on YouTube, that's fine. Although I'd love it here because it does help the channel. You can always DM me on Instagram at The Reseller Mom Show. Thanks for watching. Here at The Reseller Mom Show, we're all about getting more done, making more money, and staying sane while raising kids and reselling online. Thanks so much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.